the truth.
Young Perky, Cali.
How you doing, 49er faithful? It's your boy Chili Will, and welcome to the 49er Street Squad pre-game huddle. That's right. We're getting ready to talk about the Atlanta coming into Levi tomorrow to play the 49ers. And at this time, I want to introduce my special guest, Antonio Arevalo. Let's bring him in here. What's up, Antonio? Welcome back to the 49er pre-game huddle, my man. How you doing?
Doing well, man. Thank you for having me again, Chili Will. Good to see you, man.
It's always great to have you, man. I tell you, man, I always get excited with the pregame huddles, man. I know we're going to have Antonio on the show, man. He's going to be dropping some information like never before, you know what I'm saying? And talk some good Niner talk, you know. It's always going to be fun. And, yeah, man, now before we jump into this pregame huddle with Atlanta coming to town tomorrow, real quick, I always like to hear your thoughts on what you thought about last week's game, man, in Cincinnati, huh? Thriller?
What a game. Now, were you on the edge of your seat? Because I was negative. I was standing the whole game. My wife was like, "You're acting negative. Chill out," you know. And so, I just knew our season. Yeah, I knew our season was on the line, right? And man, we are doing it with torture right now. But what a game! I was very, very happy with this win. I'll take it for what it is, overtime or not. It didn't need to go that route, but we have some injuries, and Cincinnati is not a slouch team. So we actually beat a really good team.
Yeah, we did, and you're right. That was two good, like, average teams going against each other. And it's what's funny that you bring that up because, me and Niner Glow, we were heading out to our little anniversary dinner down in Santana Row. So we're gonna get us some good dinner. So we're listening it on the radio. So I didn't catch about the fourth quarter part. And listen to my man Papa on the radio. And so, as they drove down the field and was set up to hit the field goal. And so we're sitting there like, oh, come on, go get this kick, man, and man, he misses it. And we're like, oh, no. So then we jump out the car. We shoot down to the restaurant, because I'm like, I hope they got a bar here where there's a television so we can see it, so we catch the overtime. And so, we did get there a little earlier, so worked out okay, and thank God there was a TV there, so we sat down, watched the game, and watched our boys pull it out, man. At the end, and it was like, it was so stressful leaving. But like you said, it was tense, man. I was getting mad too. I was like, but see, I couldn't express myself. I had to be proper. I'm in the restaurant, so I couldn't act crazy. Right. Couldn't act crazy like I usually do. So I'm kind of like, oh man, come on, Niners, you got to do this, man. Come on, Brandon, not you, boy. What the?
That sounds like a story from the movie Fever Pitch, right? Where he, I like that movie because we're crazy. Like how what was it, Jimmy Fallon in that movie with Drew Barrymore? He's a big baseball fan. He misses one game to go to dinner, and it's like the greatest comeback ever. And
exactly, that's what it felt like, man. I was just like, oh man,
yeah.
Boys better do it. And I was just like, we got to win this game. There's so much riding on the line here. And like you said, we need this victory. We're in a playoff hunt, a playoff spot, to get our foot in the door. And I mean, we're trying to hang on to what we have. And so it was definitely a must win. And thank goodness these guys, hats off, like, you don't know how many times Jimmy was in and out of my doghouse that whole game. And I said, okay, Jimmy, it's overtime, and show me what you can do. Show me that you're the man and that you can do this. I need to see this happen, because if it don't, we're done. Okay, no. But that's how I was feeling at the time.
What about that high pass to Kittle? I mean, oh my gosh, Jimmy, settle down, please. Fourth down, and Kittle needed every fingernail for that, And
didn't that remind you of the Dwight Clark special right there?
Yeah, that was
just the way he had the
knees were in the air,
arc in his back, and caught it with his fingertips, like you said. I mean, instantly I just thought, like, Clark, that's Clark right there, man.
It looked like the statue at Levi, right? It looked like the statue at Levi.
Yeah, exactly. It's so good. I told Gloria, I said, man, that's the Dwight Clark catch he just did right there. That was sick. Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. But oh man. But like I said, the boys came back, won in great fashion. Good job for Jimmy. great job with Brandon Ayuk to make that
Yeah.
play, stretch out, and break the pylon, past the end zone there, and get the score. Right away I seen it. I was like, oh, that's a touchdown. They gotta look.
Yep,
they go back and look at that one. That's a touchdown. There's no doubt. So I was kind of. I felt good about it. I was like, man, if they don't call that one a touchdown, whew, I probably wouldn't be on the show right now.
I know.
I would have been heated.
What was Ayuk's numbers, man? Because I really feel like this was his game.
Oh,
that
he had like
built his confidence.
He was 6 catches with 62 yards.
Yep.
So he kind of got in the mix and things. Kittle, of course, had a great big game. He had like 13 catches for 151 yards. So
how did he turn how did he turn and still get the ball over the pylon? It was like just wild how flexible you got to be to do that. In football awareness, right?
Exactly. And I went back, I watched it a couple of times, and it happened so fast. Like, the way he kind of ran, and reached in there that last second. I could see where it was, for them, refs and all, being there at the game, probably thought, was he in? Or kind of like, we got to look back at this one. So, of course, we get to see the replay right away being on TV. So, when, I saw that, I was going, yeah, he's in. He's good. He's good.
I was over here pacing in the house,
Oh, you got the pacing going on.
Pacing in the house, and, but I was really impressed with Jennings. I thought Jennings had we need Jennings to show some sort of, to see him, involved and have some pretty big catches in this game in some key moments. He didn't get a lot of yards, but he had some key first down catches in this game. And one catch he made, the defender was all over him, and he had that should have had a pass interference when the defender was all over him in Seattle. So you got to look at the confidence that it looked like this wide receiver, this team had. I mean, we had Deebo Samuel's back, but he had the big run, and it was just a handoff sweep, that he got in, but he didn't really come in and make a big difference in the receiving aspect of the game. It was all Kittle, and then to see Ayuk with 6 key, that was really big.
Yeah, Jennings, that was again another great throw, actually, from Jimmy. He put it right on the spot, and Jennings made the good catch and everything, came down with it, and I just like, wow, I'm like, man, I'm looking at him, and I know it might sound a little out the box here, but man, I'm looking at him, and he kind of reminds me. I'm just saying, he reminds me a little bit of T.O. He got a little T.O. flavor to him because he's so tall. You know what I mean? He's got that big body like him. Yeah, and I'm going like, man, if this guy can just keep bettering himself with each game, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think he's going to be a real effective player for the night. I think he's going to be a great offensive player. He's wide receiver or tight end? He's wide receiver, right?
Jennings wide receiver. I think he's our third wide out right now, right? But he was our I think he was our second wide out, rotating as the second wide out in the Seattle game. And I just wonder if Jimmy had the confidence to go to those guys. And it seems like he's getting that confidence now. I thought Jimmy played a really good game. I thought that this the defense in our cornerback situation, we all know we're banged up at the cornerback level. So, Cincinnati came back on us, and they had some great plays. Now we did a great job on special teams, getting them to fumble a couple of times, and Nick Bosa
probably the best game, I think.
Sacks, yeah.
Oh, Bosa, man, and don't he look like he's getting better and better with each game?
Man, this is 14 sacks on the season. I mean, he could have had 15. One was a penalty from hands to the face. That was the rookie cornerback. He had a couple of mistakes that called us back on a few plays. I think it was an interception, and then also a hands to the face on a sack, right? So, so these young guys, they're getting their playing time, though. I like it, and I think that guys need to get out of this rookie mode and get into their groove. And I think we're warming up right at the right time of the season. You look at this game between Arizona and the Rams right after that, right? That was a wild game. And so the Rams come back and they beat Arizona. We're right there. Now, will we win the division? I don't think that's going to happen, but I think we're right on the Rams, coattail a little bit here. So, that was a big win for them. And you just wonder how this seeding is going to go. So going into Atlanta, going home against Atlanta, this is another big game. This is another must win, because I think we will solidify our playoff hopes with the win this weekend, and we are in control of our destiny. And so this is exciting time, man.
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
exciting time.
Yeah, again, you got Atlanta coming in, and they're chasing the playoff spot too, and they're in the hunt and thick of things, and right on our coattails, as a matter of fact. So,
right,
yeah, you can't help but think that these guys are going to be ready to come into Levi and really take it to us, because this is obviously a team that Coach Kyle used to coach. And I can't help but feel like, for some reason, excuse me, that I think they kind of know Kyle's flavor, like in schemes and stuff like that. And and Matt Ryan, I know he remembers a lot of his plays, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I hope to see Kyle come out, hopefully be a little more creative on offense, and, show some stuff, hopefully a lot of stuff that they don't know, and maybe get more people involved, and just doing a lot of different things. Because I think that's what, a couple of years ago when we lost that close one,
yeah.
I felt like when I was watching that game, I felt like the Falcons kind of like knew a lot of the plays that they were doing, the way the defense was just so stout on us. You know what I mean? It was like, they got some good stops on up going, like, man, and I thought, like, well, maybe it's because he used to coach there. Maybe they remember, maybe some of his plays, maybe they were familiarized with some of that stuff, so I hope Kyle just brings it, man. I just hope his brothers, thinks a little more out the box and shows a lot more different looks than what they're used to knowing and seeing,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I think that being at home for this one is going to be important. I think our fan base, having 2 weeks away, we're pretty pumped up. And then after this win, I think this is the hottest ticket probably of the month right now. Trying to get that Atlanta ticket and get down to Levi Stadium and come tailgate and party. But I'm excited for this game. I think that it's last year not being able to go to any games because of COVID, and then they didn't make the playoffs either way, and being in the playoff hunt is very important. I think it's the expectation, especially when we traded away our first pick in the draft for the next few years. So this was playoffs or bust no matter what. And so we did save our season, I believe, in yesterday's game, or Sunday's game. I thought that was a season-saving win. And we've had some tough ones. I mean, this team could easily have 3-4 more wins. So now we're looking at in control of our destiny. We're in the 6th seed. We got Atlanta. They're trying to get into the playoffs as well. And we just need to play sound football like we've been playing. We've learned a lot about our defensive coordinator. We're learning a lot about Kyle Shanahan and his play calling. And we've learned a lot about Jimmy G and his professionalism with having Trey Lance, breathing down his neck just in, sitting on the bench, right? Like, you would think if Jimmy makes a mistake, you put in Trey Lance soon, right? But he's not making the mistakes to lose this job. So this is an exciting year. I just read something yesterday too, and they were saying that they're trying to figure out what to do with Jimmy G next year. They don't want to let him go. So, he starts balling out. You start wondering, like, is this the guy you want to let go? And do you put in Trey Lance? Does Trey Lance sit for 2 seasons? I don't know. This is going to be really, really good.
Yeah, right.
Really good.
And we talked about it, I think a few times before. Like, what if Jimmy takes us to a Super Bowl or, a big playoff victory, you know what I'm saying? And, do you let a guy go like after that? But I don't know how much, with the, as far as the contract and money like that, plays into it, the business side of it, his contract. So I'm not sure how much he's, hurting us as far as cap wise and stuff. But is that somebody you want to keep on the team, or you just say, okay, we just go Trey Lance now? You know what I mean? So that's going to be. Yeah, first of all, I guess we got to finish the season and see what happens, and not get too consumed with, what's going to happen with Jimmy if he comes and stays or not. I guess we're going to find out after this season for sure. But
Yeah,
like we said, if the guy wins the Super Bowl, you gonna let him go? That's how to let a
Cor-
guy go after he wins your Super Bowl. So
oh,
I don't know.
let's look at that last drive. Let's look at this last. Let's really talk about this last drive in overtime. Okay, so you got to remember, Cincinnati comes down the field. Bosa gets a sack, so they have to kick the field goal. And the new overtime rules, well, they're not new, but now in our day that was the game over. So now
Right.
because it was a field goal, we get the ball one more time. If they score a touchdown, the game is over, right? But they kick the field goal. Bosa has a key sack in overtime, and then we have to march down that field. This is the game. This whole drive was the game, and the way Shanahan called that whole drive, Ayuk, squeezing into that end zone and just jumping in the air and getting over the pylon. It was just it was really good to see. It was something that I actually needed to see because I've been kind of second guessing this team. I've been second guessing some of the offensive play calling. I think we all have. And you're kind of frustrated in this game, and you see Jimmy G just take charge as a leader, and you're like, I never said nothing bad about Jimmy G. That's my guy. I've always said,
the whole attitude changes. And I'm like, yeah, that's my
Jimmy
man.
G,
You know what I'm saying? But when he screws up and
Jimmy
does
G
something
jersey?
stupid,
I'm putting it on. I'm putting on my Jimmy G jersey, right? So
exactly.
And he should have had the win in Seattle. Like I said, Jennings was pass interfered like crazy. I couldn't get over that. So you're thinking of that game in that moment, and you're like, oh, please don't break my heart again in this fourth quarter right here. And I'm pacing and I'm clapping and it's just it was your Monday is a lot more funner
exactly.
with a win from
Yes,
a moment like that. I'm like, whatever the issues are, nothing bothers me. Come on, bring them. So this was really cool. And then I'm getting into this game this week. Excited to get back in the stadium. Excited to see you, the fam, and see everybody, and just get back to this grind. I think everybody is. What a season, man. What a season, because it's not been an easy season, and we're in the hunt. We're in the hunt.
You're right,
man.
and you're right. You kind of touched it right there. I mean, we're experiencing this sort of little special magical thing, and going back again to that Bengals game and that last drive, like a switch went off, man, with Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, there's our guy, the guy we first saw when he got here and was cutting up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was on point with his throws, whereas earlier, now we can say that he wasn't quite, like Ayuk. I mean, there was a few shots I think at Ayuk he had wide open that probably could have turned into touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? That he didn't see. And again, he still kind of struggles with the vision downfield or who he's going to, and he's not, his check downs and everything. But just to see the way he choreographed his way down the field, the offense and the plays, it was like you're looking like, okay, that's the Jimmy we've been missing right there. That's the guy. So
I agree.
Yeah, it's crazy how he just has these kind of, some days he's just kind of like, he's just not with it. I mean, I don't know, maybe because of the way the defense is on him or whatever, or pressure, and stuff. Maybe he's throwing him off. And then you have games where he, you can tell he catches a little fire, right? He wants to go down there and take care. He's just like, you know what? You're not going to stop me today, damn it. I'm going to go down there and we're going to make this score. We're going to make it happen,
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. It's a love-hate thing with Jimmy. It was like, what guy are we going to get? I mean, he's going to let us down? Or is he going to come through big for us? And it's funny you brought another thing is that, I know you've probably seen this, but he's the fastest 49er quarterback to get to 10,000 passing yards. Okay, so he did that in 43 games, faster than Jeff Garcia, Colin Kaepernick, Alex Smith, and look who's there at the bottom, Joe Montana. What?
Yeah.
So when you see stuff like that, it makes you think like, oh man, are we doing the right thing letting Jimmy go? I mean, does he, do we keep him? I mean, he's just like, don't know what to do with this guy. He's kind of like, he's great sometimes, but sometimes he's not so great.
it's as being a faithful fan, you know, Jimmy was like maybe a few inches off of that throw in the Super Bowl from getting Emmanuel Sanders, right? And then he would have been a hero that, you know, forever in our life
Yeah.
if he makes that throw,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you got to look at how close he's come to
Yeah.
being that guy. Like he's always, it's a game of inches, right? And
Yeah.
so
And that was a big
I
game for
don't
Jimmy.
that was a big game. That was a big game. And so this fourth quarter, this overtime, the way he handled himself, the way he, you know, managed the offense, and the way that he's been vibing with Shanahan lately. And you got to remember too, Chili Will, he, you know, he's been dealing with injuries on that wide receiver. There's who does he throw to if you know Debo's out? He's in this game, and now I don't
Yeah.
know if Debo. I have to look at the tape again and see. It was Debo open in any plays? Was he just not looking at him? Was Debo just out there to, you know, be a distraction? Because he was really going after, you know, he was hitting Jennings, he was hitting Kittle, you know, they were doing a lot of other stuff the other way. So you know, that's pretty interesting when you look at the talent and you say, okay, well, here's our record right now, and who's our main wide receivers outside of Debo and Kittle? How are you winning these games like this?
Yeah.
So I got to give him props, man, and I think it is a little bit of confidence that he's getting with these guys, and like I said, Jennings I think is a key component because someone had to take that third wide receiver spot since Bourne has been gone.
Exactly. And like you said, I think it was good planning on Kyle's part, you know, to use Debo the way he did to kind of throw everybody off. Because, you know, I don't think people were expecting, you know, that kind of play out of Jennings. And, you know, it was great to see Kittle even more involved. It was like his second best game, had well over 100 yards. So he's killing it right now. And it just seems like to me, watching that game, it's great to see how Jimmy and George Kittle have that, you know, 1-2 connection again. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you feel like that was really missing, especially in our early game because he was injured, you know, and well, last year he was injured, you know, last year was a mess, but you know, they just weren't, you know, since the Super Bowl, they didn't have that chemistry on the field anymore, you know, and so it's been a while, and now it seems like, oh, now they're starting to find their little flavor again, you know, and they're feeling each other out, you know, like, hey, okay, you know, look for me, you know, and now George Kittle, look at George Kittle's killing it, you know what I mean? And I think that makes Jimmy feel good because he knows his boys out there, you know, and it's kind of like if I don't have no one else to throw to, let me just get up in the air enough for for Kittle to catch it, you know, and make a play.
Yeah, I agree. And then you got to look at our running game too. You know, we had Elijah Mitchell out, so Wilson Jr. had to carry that load, and he came in and I thought he did a great job. You know, he had some tough running. This was not an easy game. You know, and then the special teams making up from last week's fake punts and missed extra points, and they got some, you know, takeaways. You know, other than the missed field goal, I mean, this didn't even have to go into overtime. I was kind of Robbie Gould. That was a weird miss. That was like way off too, and I was like, Robbie doesn't miss those. So you know, I start getting superstitious at that point, and I'm like, oh, you know, like and so that's when my wife is like, hey, calm down. You're saying some negative stuff. You know, you're so. I'm like, hey, I gotta let it out. Right? But I was very happy with this game. This game was very pivotal for our season. And when you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, they're very similar to who we are. And this game was, I think, a game that now you identify the Niners as a team that you don't want to play in the playoffs, coming in the 6th seed, 7th seed, whatever seed that we go in on. You know, the Niners can do it. We just got to be healthy. We got to get our cornerbacks healthy. And, you know, I think the cornerback thing is big, but, you know, if Nick Bosa keeps getting that pressure, you know, we talked about D Ford coming back, and we don't know if he's coming back. It looks like he's going to be hurt a little longer, maybe not even be back for the rest of the season. So you're looking at the guys step up on that defensive line outside of Nick Bosa. You know, D Ford has been a disappointment, but, you know, Nick Bosa is at 14 sacks. He just said that he wants to beat Aldon Smith's 19 sacks.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pumped up. When did we have? We've never had anybody that had 20 sacks in a season. That's like the water boy stats, right?
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher. We're gonna have Bobby Boucher.
There you go.
So you know,
drop kicking.
I've been a huge fan of Nick Bosa right now, man. I mean, he is a beast, and he should have 15 sacks. You know, so you know, and the way he's just relentless on chasing down, he helps our team so important. I'm afraid of that contract he's gonna deserve and get. You know, we have to win now because yeah, we got to win now because Nick is gonna cost a lot of money in a couple of years.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And yeah, you're right. He's been such a pivotal player on defense for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm telling you, without our guy Bosa, man, you know, I think we would definitely be hurting a lot more because he does apply so much pressure and disruption in that backfield for a lot of these teams, and that's what helps, you know, everybody else, you know, do well. So, yeah, let's hope he can break the record. You know, Alden, that would be awesome. You know, to see that happen. You know,
I'm rooting for him on that. I think that's something I'm definitely keeping an eye on. I think that Nick Bosa has solved our cornerback problems.
Yeah, in more ways than one, huh?
Yeah. Why are our cornerbacks okay now? Well, Nick is getting to the quarterback, and you know, I'm talking about this was a big game that I mean, we needed these pressures more than anything. So hopefully we get that done in this game against Atlanta as well. I think you know the crowd will pump these guys up. You know, the concern right now that I'm seeing is the COVID protocols, and it looks like it's hitting the NBA, it's hitting the NFL.
They got like Cleveland's got like half their 23 players or something that's out with COVID, and
the Rams have nine players out with COVID.
The Rams got 9 now. Oh,
nine now. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know, I don't want to clap my hands and hope the Rams continue to lose, but you know, I just hope our team stays healthy because it is pretty interesting on what is happening right now, and you know, it's. You know, these protocols, you know, I don't want them to break. I don't want the protocols to break the team environment of the energy of what they've been doing that's been working. Because I think that whatever's going on now, whatever the Niners are doing in this late in the season, they're bonding. Everybody's on the same page. And no one is pointing the finger at anyone. Everybody's getting it together. And you're starting to see the leaders rise up on this team, and you're starting to see who those captains are.
Yeah, and you're right. COVID is definitely you know, I just saw in the news how they were saying even here in the Bay Area, we're starting to see some numbers kind of pick up, you know, and that's not a good sign. And knowing tomorrow we're going to have, you know, all the faithful out there, you know, and everybody knowing there's going to be another big playoff kind of, you know, game, and everybody's gonna be all chummy and stuff. It's like, wait a minute, back up, brother. Put your mask on. Okay? Because I'm just telling you right now, Santa Clara.
You gotta drink the hard liquor because it kills COVID.
Yeah.
So you just have it right there.
Fireball.
Fireball. That kills everything.
It just burn up everything up.
If your sinuses are bad, fireball right there. You know, fireball. So yeah, you know, these are scary times, and you know, this is like flu season normally for everybody. You know,
probably making it worse.
So you know,
I went through that already before Thanksgiving. I had a little cold. I was like, oh, but better get checked just to make sure I'm good. You know, I don't want to be COVID-19 again.
I know, and so you know, those are the things that I worry about, because if you're looking at as we arrive to the playoffs, my fear is injuries and someone that can't play. That's a very important person on this team due to one of these protocols. So we're in a different time of football strategy. I mean, you're dealing with injuries, you're dealing with a pandemic, and we, you know, we got to fight through this. So, you know, I'm excited where we're at right now, and it looks like we're going to be playing Atlanta.
Yeah.
This game is going to be huge. This is a big game. This game I think can solidify locking us in going forward. When you look at what's on paper right now, we got Atlanta, and then after Atlanta, who do we have? We have
4 days later, we got Tennessee and Thursday night
football. Tennessee. I hate Thursday night
football.
Game, I hate Thursday night football.
I don't know. That's gonna be tough for our boys, man. Because now they got to travel out to Tennessee in 4 days. So how do you get prepared for that? In such a quick turnaround. So
right.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough on the guys, man. If they can pull both of these games out, that's gonna be wonderful. And then they got a good, well over a week, to get ready for Houston when they come back. But Matt Ryan, no pushover. This guy's been in the league for years, and he's a great quarterback. And he's doing really good. He's spreading the ball around as well. He's got his receivers, our Cage, and of course the rookie sensation, Mr. Kyle Pitts. He had like 5 catches for 61 yards, and Gage had 4 catches for 64, and they say that's like his go-to guy. So, he's going to be locked in. And the rushing, they got Patterson. He ran 16 times for 58 yards, and they also have M. Davis. He had 11 carries for 44 yards. So, he's going to come in distributing the ball just like we like to distribute the ball and get a lot of people involved, and it's going to be like who's going to do the homework, who wants it bad enough, because that's that's how big of a game it is. It's going to come down once again. Niners, take care of the ball, don't turn it over, can't have no interceptions, can't have no stupid fumbles, and just mental mistakes. Can't have any of that because not against this team. They're 6-7, we're 7-6, so.
6-7. They just beat the Panthers. It was a close game, 29-21.
Yeah, it was. It was, and Panthers lost that because they played sloppy. There was the turnovers. So, like I said, two good average teams going at it. And it's going to come down to when they played the Bengals last week. You saw how many they again like we usually do. They've given the game away because special teams they fumbled the ball like I think a couple of times, right? And there was some turnovers.
Special teams helped us.
Yeah, the turnovers. Well, they had 2. They had 2 last week. We didn't have any, thank goodness. But we capitalized on that. And that's what like you said, it's gonna be one in the trenches, man. Who wants it bad enough? Who's gonna go out there and play like, hey, we're fighting for something. And it's gonna mean a lot. And I get it with the injuries and stuff like that. But guys got to really just got to bring it. So.
This is going to be another defensive. We're going to depend on our defense. We're going to have to play mistake-free football and control that clock. I think that hopefully Elijah Mitchell comes back this week. He's still in concussion protocol. That's a little scary, because he's if he's still having symptoms, he's not been practicing. So, I want to see, are they letting him sit out because, this is that bad? And, he's on the verge of, could possibly get 1,000 yards as a rookie, but, he's already missed a few games now. So, health comes first with these guys, but that's a little scary to be out for 2 weeks. If that is the case.
He's still dealing with the knee and I think concussion. Yeah. So, those are very delicate, situations. So, hey, Frank Gore said he wants to come back, man. Why don't we just, bring him back for one game? Make the take, man. He wants to come back.
Frank's boxing this weekend, isn't he? Isn't he boxing?
Yeah, he is. He's going to boxing Saturday. I heard
on
some pay-per-view special. I don't know, but yeah, man, Frank. But he said he's ready, man. He's throwing it out there. He's dangling that carrot to these guys, saying, "Hey, I'm ready to go if you guys need a running back." So probably wouldn't hurt to sign him for a couple of weeks and get Elijah Mitchell his rest and come back. And I know this Trey Sermon. They're talking about him perhaps playing tomorrow.
He's going to come back.
So
that's a big healthy. Because our running backs were seeming. It looked like they, guys were getting banged up. I know we have. Who do we get back last week? He was returning kickoffs for us.
You're talking about
he had
Benjamin?
The ankle injury.
Benjamin?
No, he had the ankle injury, and then he was back last week. What's his name? He's a shorter guy. I can't even. believe I forgot his name right now. But yeah,
Well, it wasn't
he
Cannon
was
because he's still out.
no, our running back.
Hasty.
Hasty. That's what I'm
It's
thinking
Michael
of.
Hasty.
So
Yeah.
Hasty was back. That was good. So Hasty and Wilson Jr. had to rotate, the running game last week, and you wonder if that's what the case will be at home this week. So if Mitchell is out, and I think that this is an important core group of how we carry the rest of these games because we need our running game.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we need a running back. All our guys come back healthy. We need to get our boy Emmanuel Mosley back out there too. Because
Man, yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what Johnson's situation. Unfortunately, losing his mom, which is really
yeah, that
sad.
was a tough.
So
That's very sad.
and so I, hopefully he'll be ready to play tomorrow. I haven't heard anything on that yet, but but yeah, hopefully we get some of these. That's all we just gotta get our Emmanuel Mosley back, somebody running backs, and we could just get them guys back out there, and also our linebackers too. We'd like to get Greenlaw, back out there on the field and stuff. But
yeah,
I think you're right. It's gonna come down tomorrow. Definitely big defensive game play for the Niners. I think they got to put the pressure on Matt. Because when you get him rattled a little bit, he won't. He doesn't play his best. So they can continue to put the pressure on him. And collapse the pocket around him. And just force him to do some crazy stuff. Then hopefully the Niners can capitalize off of that, get some interceptions. Maybe get some scores off of that. Pick six. Running back. Boxing's been looking pretty good too. He's another guy. If you notice lately, he's been getting up in that backfield a lot as of late. And so I'm glad to see that. And even Keys, man, Arden Keys starting to kind of he's starting to step up a little bit too. So I'm kind of like, I'm kind of loving what I'm seeing out of these guys, man, because they're starting to feel it now.
I follow him on IG. Someone's getting a picture of him every game, almost grabbing the quarterback. I'm like, man, he's got some good picks going on, because when you're looking at like the pressures, and then you see the photography the next day on 49ers.com. It's some pretty cool stuff. How you like, oh, he was right there. And there was many of those against Cincinnati where like a split second that ball would have been a fumble, or you could just see the timing of some of these sacks that did not happen, where they're just quarterback pressures. And that's what's helping out our cornerback core right now, is the defensive line is actually gelling and playing very well. And that's something that really excites me. Also, offensive line has been doing well.
They've been blocking, and
Trent Williams is really having a career year right now. And so you look at the signing and the money we gave him, and his story is coming out now, and just this team, and you see the players like attending and supporting each other. I love that more than anything, because I think a winning team has to be a tight family in the locker room, and you're seeing that, and you see guys that are younger being encouraged by leaders in that locker room to play. Even if they make a mistake, they're in their ear like, shake it off. We have to get back out there.
That's right.
You're starting to see this gel of this team right now, and I love that. That's one of the most important things. That's why we're winning. And when you get these close wins, guys right now feel invincible on that defense and offense too. So it's a fun time, but last week is done. Now we have a new game. We gotta forget what happened and not allow this to be a trap game, and not take the pedal off the metal. We're in the playoff hunt right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting tomorrow, Antonio. It's gonna be exciting, bro. Just can't wait,
I am very pumped.
Crazy. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be so like, I'm gonna be like sweating it, man. Hopefully Carlos will be there with the towel to cool me off.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Chili, well, calm down. We got this. We
gotta get some footage. We got.
Man.
Tomorrow's going to be a really fun tailgate. We're going to have the vibe is going to be there. I think when we go into this game, we should be ready to go. I think the fan base is going to be ready. 2 weeks on the road and coming back now is so big with the playoff race on the line. I'm bringing my wife's uncle. It's his first game, so
Oh,
you'll
nice.
meet him. Yeah, he's pumped up. He's not. He doesn't even know what to expect. So this is
Oh
going to be
man, this could be
a
awesome.
fun day. This is going to be a fun
Right.
day.
So what you got to tell the 49er faithful out there, how it's going to be going down at the row, Empire Road tomorrow,
Yes, yes. So Empire Row, we got Jose Santana from the legendary Santana family, and then we also
Jose.
have Jose. He's gonna do his tracks, and then there's a flyer up. We got 408 swag in the house. We got everybody
Mhm.
coming in and just contributing to the tailgate to make this concert fun. Like a performance. We got the holidays, and then we have Young Lot in the house. He's another
Young
San
lot.
Francisco Bay Area artist. So
All right.
we're excited to have these guys come out and do some music, and then on top of that, just take some great pics, get some
Mhm.
drinks, get some food, and
Yeah.
get ready
Let's,
for this
let's
game,
get
man.
the
I mean,
fire burning.
I think a lot of people are coming out. I'm getting a lot of calls right now. People are like, I need tickets. Come on,
Oh
I'm coming
man.
down. So, and then a lot of people are
Yeah.
going on holiday break the following
Yeah.
week. So this
Yeah.
Sunday is like the
Yeah. That's
start of
good.
a holiday break for a lot of people. So,
Yep.
it's
That's
been,
true.
we're gonna close out this year and get into Christmas after this, and
Yeah.
then we go Thursday night, Thursday night, the week before the Christmas week, we play
Yeah.
Thursday. Someone asked
Yeah.
me, I had Joe Y ask me, he's like, Tone, do you want to go to Tennessee with me on Thursday night? Joe, no, Joe, no.
Joe's gonna go, huh? Oh, is he thinking about going?
Yeah,
Is he
yeah,
seriously
he's
gonna go?
thinking about. He's trying to lure me in. I said, "Can I be back by
Oh,
Christmas?"
right.
I'm like, "Yeah,
Come
right.
on.
That ain't gonna work."
Come on. Do you
Joe,
want
I
to go,
can't do
right?
that.
No.
Can't go to Tennessee a couple of days
Yeah.
before Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, right? It's crazy. But I'm definitely gonna miss that one too. Yeah, it's too close to the holidays, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Got the family. But like Antonio said, faithful, it's gonna be going down in Santana. I'm gonna say Santana Row,
Empire
Empire
Row. I said
Row.
a funny
I, s-
story.
I s-
Funny story behind that though. That's why we call it Empire Row. It because of Santana Row. So we had
mm,
a tailgater of the year competition on the first year of Levi Stadium, and it looked
uh-huh.
like everybody that was in the competition was friends, from Candlestick, and so me and Niner AJ at the time, we recruited everybody, and we were just like, hey, what if next year we just do tailgate of the year all
You're right.
together? Like
Yep.
let's just do this every game, and that's what happened. So we created a row, and Niner AJ said it's looking like Empire Row out here, but it was Santana Row is what he meant. So that's where
Right.
it actually comes from. People are like, Death Row Records? No,
You're right.
no, it's actually Santana Row.
Yes, Empire Rose where it's happening, guys. The music's out there. We got all the DJs out there happening. Also, like Antonio said, check out the 408 Faithful because they're gonna do a toy drive. You bring down a
Yep.
toy, you're gonna get a raffle ticket, and you're gonna get a chance to win some prizes tomorrow. So, so if you can, bring your toy out. And help out. Some of these kids at Christmas, man. That's what Christmas love is all about. And that's just how the faithful do it, man. We make it happen.
That's Joe
Also, I
Y
want
as
to do.
Santa Claus too. Joe Y is going to be
Oh,
Santa
Joe gonna
Claus.
be
So
Santa Claus. Oh, okay,
that's Joe.
Joe. Man, I'm gonna talk to Joe and ask him for a few gifts, man. Hey, real quick now, cause I know you've been. I know it's still kind of early, but but still, just to give people a heads up, so they know. We're gonna have the 49 invasion, the last game of the year in Los Angeles, and you've been putting together, help putting together this whole
Yes.
invasion and stuff. So, I got the poster here, and you maybe could tell everyone real quick, what's happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So I'm making some final edits to this graphic here. We're going to make some edits, but the
Okay.
actual itinerary is in place. So Friday, January 7th, we're trying to gather everybody to go to Universal Studios. Friday,
Nice.
people are just driving in. I'll be at Universal Studios, so I threw that on there because there was actually no events on Friday. But that's the plan. A couple of us are going to head out to Universal Studios. Saturday is going to have two events. Saturday, January 8th is going to be at LA Live. That's the actual 49er meet and greet. The front office is going to be there. There's going to be some giveaways. There's going to be some raffles. DJ JMO will be in the mix. I'll be emceeing. That'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night will be King of Wings is another location from 5 to 10. And then the big tailgate Sunday on the 9th in the Pink Lot. There is so many Niner Empire, 49er Faithful tailgates within the same lot. It's the only lot that you can tailgate in at Levi. So it's going to be a great event. I think that the whole itinerary, you know how we did it in Chicago. I think that there's going to be more people coming to LA than there were in Chicago. And Chicago was madness. We're expecting a lot of people. So it's you know, and then SoFi Stadium. It's a brand new stadium. It's a beautiful stadium. They're on right now. I'm like,
I know. And then one thing, man, I'm telling you right now, stop putting your money away for them tickets, man. Because them tickets,
up there.
And then you know what I heard, and I'm not sure, but I thought I read somewhere, maybe you saw it too. They might make this they might flex the game to I think a night. I don't know if they said it was going to be on maybe Saturday instead, or if they said Sunday night. I can't remember, but I know they said something about them being flexed. So could happen on Saturday, I think, or maybe Sunday. I'm not sure.
There was a couple of rumors, and people have been calling me on this, and I'm like, where are you reading that at? But I did hear that it could be a Saturday game. But I think that
that's what I saw.
Personally, I think it would be a night game. I think this game is going to be, you know, playoff implementations. There's going to be a big, you know, leading up to this game. So I talked to Raj today. We were texting, and he said that one of his people in the front office told him that they can flex the schedule up. I think up to the week of. So we don't know. We don't know yet. Yeah. But I think, you know, prepare for that. But, you know, if I were the NFL, I would say this should be a Sunday night game, which would even be pretty much funner, because I think then you could party more on Saturday and get to the tailgate a little later.
Exactly. Sleep off the hangover.
Yeah, sleep in a little bit, you know. But then you imagine if the tickets are this much and then it's Sunday night? What that
if it's Sunday night game, then it'll gas up some more, and you're gonna be like, whoa, tickets, man, ain't cheap. You know, I'm looking at like, what's the cheapest you got here, man? I'm talking like way back there. But I'm keeping an eye on that. But I'm glad I finally, at least I got my plane tickets. I'm going to be flying down there, so you know, I had to get that out the way. But anyway, it's just Faithful, just some things to look forward to. You know, that might, you know, don't go specifically by that agenda, because things could change, because depending on what they do, they might move us game time. You know, on January 9th, it might be on Saturday. Who knows? I don't know. It might be a night game, like you said. So that might change things up a lot. So. Anyway, just be prepared and ready for that. Antonio, thanks again so much, my brother, man, for taking the time to be with the 49er Faithful and the 49er Street Squad, man. We always love to have you, man. Always a great show. And, you know, man,
always a pleasure, Chili Will. Always a pleasure, man. And yeah, I've been having fun doing this with you, man. Everybody, make sure to click subscribe, you know, follow the pregame huddle, follow 49er Street Squad, man. This has been great. And you know what? This is your first season doing it. I see this blowing up, man. And I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy to be on this show. Thank you.
Oh yeah. People showing love, man. I appreciate it, man. And again, we will see you early. Probably going to have to get together early next week, because the game's on Thursday. So Wednesday. We'll probably get together on Wednesday and talk about that game. But
sure.
But again, appreciate you being on, and much love, my brother.
Thank you, bro. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.
All right. Okay, once again, I want to thank my man Antonio Arevalo for joining us here on the 49er Street Squad pre-game huddle, man. It's always a joy, like I said, and I just want to say, Faithful, much love to you guys. I thank you guys for just supporting the channel and just showing the love, and you know, it's always love and talk about that 49ers, man, because like us, you know, we get excited. We gotta talk about it, you know, and enjoy all the statistics and wins and everything, you know, the good and bad, whatever, you know. We always got to stay 49ers strong. So with that said, remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, man. Stay 49ers strong. This is Chili Will. I'm out.